Hi, I'm Andy Cooper. This is my back patio in Mesa, Arizona. For those of you who aren't from around here, mesa is a Spanish word for the French word that means table. And I'm not sure what that word is. Anyway, so last week on Facebook I posted a picture of a teleprompter that I had made for 15 bucks. And a lot of people wanted to know how I did it. So I thought I'd post a little tutorial. Let's get to it. So first off, you need to know I am not a handyman. I'm not any better with tools or construction than anybody else. So you'll see that a lot of the methods I use, I'm just making it up as I go along. I don't know what I'm doing. I was able to do it so inexpensively because I just used cheap materials and things that I had laying around the house. Everybody has different things laying around the house, right? So there'll be some things that I had to buy that you won't have to buy. There'll be things that I had laying around the house that you'll need to go buy. The first thing you'll want to do is get a nice work area. I've got myself just a piece of plywood that I actually used in the making of the product, and then a couple of sawhorses. Why did I use sawhorses? Well, because I can't think of a better way to get where you need to go. So something pretty cool happened this week when I went to buy the materials for this. You probably just heard my dog licking. Stop eating and drinking when I'm trying to do this. Anyways, oh, we can fix it in post? Yeah, that's because you're not the one doing the editing. Anyways, something really cool happened. I went to Michael's to get a better quality frame. This is just an 8x10 picture frame, and I used it. I got it from Walmart. It was $2 or something like that. And I went to Michael's to get a different one, a little bit better one, maybe one made out of actual wood. And something amazing happened. And it's going to shorten this tutorial by a good measure. So you owe it to Michael, whoever that is, to, you're going to get out of here a little bit quicker. So here's what I'm talking about. Went there to get just one frame that I could attach to this piece of wood and make this little bracket and make it so that it's at the right angle and everything. I had to put the hinges on there that I had bought from Home Depot, and I get to Michael's and look at that, 8x10 frame already has the hinges on there, and this is what we're going to use to make our teleprompter. Now this frame cost a little bit more than the junker frame that I'd bought at Walmart, but this one, I think it was 12, 13 bucks. It's going to take away a lot of the pain, a lot of the time, and it's just going to be a lot better. And it's still 12 or 13 bucks for just about most of the pieces you're going to need for this teleprompter. First thing I'm going to do is remove the glass from one side and leave this backing in there, and then I'm going to remove the backing from this side and leave the glass in there. So with the glass removed from one and the backing removed from the other, this is what we've got so far. Now one thing that I bought for last week's project, which worked out great, was one of these T-screws or T-nuts. I guess it would be more of a nut than a screw. It's got a hole, it's a female end, it's threaded, and it has all these jagged points, and it's a 1/4 inch, and so it's perfect to go into the bottom of the teleprompter. And the reason why I like it is because you can easily use it for any tripod, because it has the same size hole that comes on the bottom of cameras. In this case, though, I don't need these jagged things because I'm not going into wood. I'm going into the back of the backing of that frame. So what I'm going to do is take the pliers and just fold these things down so that I can super glue it onto the back of that frame. So I just glued this in, and I'm going to take this off the frame and take the glass out while I'm working with it for the rest of the time. Now I found from my last project that I like the angle of it when it's set up and reflecting. I like the angle of it to be a little bit larger than 45 degrees. So I'm going to take this. This is a good 45 degrees right here. I'm going to take it, bring it up just a little bit higher, Hold it right there. And this is about where I'm going to be drilling my pilot holes and then putting this bracket in on both sides to keep this at the angle that I want it. So I'm about to drill these pilot holes, and I'm sure you know, but the reason why we drill the pilot holes, especially with cheap wood like this, is so that as we drive our screws into the wood, it won't split it and crack it. We'll already have a hole that's been drilled out. Hey, stop it, dog. Stop it. Hey, get out of here. My assistant. So now we have this. It's looking pretty good, right? These little brackets, super cheap at Home Depot. Am I allowed to say Home Depot? Am I getting paid for that? No? Okay, so you can get them at, you know, any place that rhymes with Dome, cheapo, for super cheap. And the screws obviously are cheap. And then, you know what, I just realized that I'm going to have to unscrew one of these to put the glass back in, just because of the way I have it set up. That's all right, not a big deal, I'll do that. Fix that in post too? Sure, okay, good job. So next I'm going to check out the backer board and see if that glue is dried, and then we can work on the backer board a little bit more. Now the next thing that I want to do is I want to use some of this this liner that you can put in your drawers and stuff. It's a kitchen liner. I've got this at Sloan Sleepo 2, and it's $2 or $3 for this giant roll of it. So I'm going to cut it out the size of this backer board. I'm going to use this spray-on adhesive, which my wife had handy around for her. You know, she does crafts and stuff. Interesting, my son asked me, is that a ball inside there? And I was like, I have no idea. I have no idea if it's a ball in there. What if it's not a ball? I mean, maybe I've always imagined it as a ball, but what if it's in the shape of something else? Like a, I don't know, like a tiger, like a wild tiger, or liger. I don't know. It's probably a ball. Alright, so I glued the liner onto this backer board. The reason why I did that, by the way, is so that when it's setting in the here in the teleprompter, it'll give a nice soft place for the iPad to sit. So the next thing I did was I put some of this handy dandy Velcro with the adhesive on the back. I put some of it right here, and I'm going to put some more of it on this here towel, because what we want to do, the camera is going to be pointing in through here, and so what we want to do is make it as dark as possible behind the camera for two reasons. One, so that you can see what's being reflected up onto the glass, and then also you don't want any glare from light that's coming in and hitting the glass and going into the camera lens. I have now used this Velcro to attach this towel, half of the towel. I actually cut the towel in half and Velcroed it on here. The camera, of course, will be back here, and the glass will be right there. Of course, there are better materials you can use for this sort of thing. Yeah, you know, some commando cloth or something like that. But this is a DIY project, all right? And I think that this dark towel, it's one of my wife's nice towels. Okay, so actually I didn't cut it. What happened, honey, is it wasn't me that cut it. Remember that dog that you wanted? She destroyed your towel, and I thought, what would be the best thing I could do to rectify the situation? And I thought, you know what? Probably by reusing it, you know, repurposing it. That would probably be the best way to make, you know, lemons out of lemonade or something. So that's what happened, honey. I didn't do that. Yeah. So next up, I think that we're going to replace this glass again. I'll go get that. So now the glass is back in. As you can see, my hand is right there. Hi. Hi, this is my hand. My hand is in the teleprompter. Hello. You know what? Here's one of the things that I happen to have at home that makes this project a lot better. I have this old tripod. The headgear is missing on it, so all it has is this this 1/4-inch dealy bopper. And so now I'm going to just screw this in right here. So there you have it. Kind of looks like E.T. phone home. There, now it looks more like E.T. I don't know. Anyway, so one of the one of the great things about being a pack rat is that you come up with things like this stand here, like this tripod here that's just hanging out even though it's broken. This iPad, I don't know if you can tell, yeah, it looks like you can there, that it is just smashed, and I haven't used it in over a year. It's not even that economical to get these things fixed. Sometimes they're super expensive, I hear, to get the flash replaced, so I haven't even used it. But now, guess what? I get to use it. And you'll see, I'm going to take this inside, and you'll see that, that when used right here, and by the way, that fits just almost perfectly in an 8x10 frame. When it's placed inside here, you won't even be able to see these cracks when I'm using it as a teleprompter. And that's sick nasty. This is a teleprompter made for, I had some stuff laying around, and not everybody has the same stuff laying around, but made for super cheap, okay? 15, 20 bucks. That's all it took. Now, one thing I wanted to show you, this will cost you another 10 bucks, but it's so worth it. It's called PromptSmart. It's an app that is controlled by your voice. Okay? So if you're a self-taper like me, you don't have somebody to tape with you. And by the way, I don't know if I told you this, but I'm actually filming this from the future, and I'm the last man on the planet, and I don't have anybody to tape me, but I wanted to send this tutorial back to you. Anyway, so I self-tape a lot, and so I need something that I don't have to scroll, deal with stuff like that. This thing, this PromptSmart, you pay $10 for the app, and it goes with you. Watch this, watch this. 77 years ago, look, my hands. Our fathers brought forth on this continent a new nation conceived in liberty and dedicated to the proposition that all men are created equal. Watch, I'll even skip. Conceived and so dedicated can long endure. We are met on a great battlefield of that war. What? Yeah, it just did that by itself. It recognized my voice. Well worth the 10 bucks. Anyways, can I get paid for that? That was a good endorsement. Yeah. So that's it. That's my DIY teleprompter for 15 or 20 bucks or whatever. Stop it. Zoe, the dog, wants to say bye. So let me get her. She wanted to say bye. Yeah.